Yo, what the fuck is up, beautiful fucking people? This is the week of, let me see. I'm realizing this podcast has got to be weekly, even though I can't cover literally everything. It's the week of the 19th through the 25th. Sunday to Saturday. I hope you had a good weekend. I think it was Father's Day this week or last week or like sometime in the past 2 weeks it's been Father's Day. I remember people was talking about it, but that's not a holiday that I do because I'm not a father. I'm a cat daddy, but not a baby daddy just yet. Maybe one of these days. Either way, this is motherfucking fact check. It's the Daily Opinion fact check. And one of these days I'm going to come up with like an intro that has music and that has everything else going on with it. And I'm going to have like a whole slew of people that I'm going to tell like how to do the shit. I'm going to have two niggas that don't do anything that everyone hates so that the hate's not on me. And then I'm going to be working everyone else to the bone. I'm going to have three people, two of them not doing nothing. The other three are being worked to the bone. But in order to divert any sort of like negative thought towards me, I'm just going to be like, well, he gets his work done, and clearly you're not. They're going to be like, all you ask him to do is get coffee in the morning. Like, you got me up to 12 o'clock. I can't see my children. Like, I don't give a fuck. Do you want to get paid minimum wage or not? Oh, shit. That's a great little, what's that thing called? I don't know. That shit where it's like it dissolves and then it comes back in. Transition effect. So, I think this shit's in my phone. Let me check it out. But yeah, pretty much some fucking state. I don't know which one yet. Give me 1 second. Boop doop 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 doop. Boop doop doop. Oh, here we go. Austin, Texas raises minimum wage for city workers to $22 an hour and plan to get higher. That's awesome. That's 100% great. At first, when I read it, I was like, how the fuck is a city raising the minimum wage of the state? That doesn't make any sense. But they say city workers in Austin, Texas. So if you work in a McDonald's, you're still going to get fucked. I don't know what Austin, Texas's minimum wage is for regular workers. Or technically, if you work inside the city, or do you have to be a federal employee? How about we read into it a little bit more? Oh, that's great. The fucking thing just says Austin, Texas raises the minimum wage to $22 an hour and plan to get even higher. Well, either way, this is a good thing because the way that gas is, the way that every fucking thing is saying, it's getting 20% more expensive for some reason, like because supply chain issues. I don't know. I really don't understand because I don't know if y'all saw, but there was 100,000 cows died. And I was like, why the fuck do we care? Like, we eat probably so many more cows than 100,000. Like, that sounds like a big number, but in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty low this is my thought process. But I was like, oh, they're putting this shit out because the price of beef is about to go up. And they just want a reason. Well, 100,000 cows died. And, again, it sounds like a big number, but look. So we're about to break down this math. Let's see. How many cows are butchered a year? All right. Jesus fuck. Okay, 39 million cattle are killed for food in the U.S. every year. When dairy production declines, the cows are slaughtered for beef. Poor kitties or cows. Let's see. So we have 39 million. How about we do like this? We're going to do 100,000 divided into 39 million. That is 0.0002. So then we're going to multiply that by 100. So yeah, that is 0.02%. So if you take a percent, if you take 1% of 1% and then 1% of that percent and double it, then that's how many. So that if this makes the price of beef go up, it doesn't make any fucking sense because it's like such a minimal amount. But to each their own. How did I get to the cows? I don't know, supply chain issues. What was I looking at? Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, raising the minimum wage for city workers. Okay, yeah, because like everything's going up, and honestly, I don't know who the fuck planned out this country, but whoever did, like the Constitution was some dope shit. All the founding fathers I feel like was some dope shit, but whoever the banking people were that made it, they really fucked it up. Because the whole fact of like, I don't understand like how back in the day they're like, okay, inflation, we're going to make that about 7%. Every year, everything's going to go about 7%. But standard of living is only going to increase by about 2%. It's like, yeah, you can't see that this is going to be really fucked up, like in the future, like maybe 100 years from now, literally. Because we were made in like 18. I don't even know when the fuck was America made. When was America made? When was America made? Or whatever. July 4th, 1776. Yeah, so it was about 300 years. 250. Whatever. About 250 years. And we're already, I just don't understand. Because, you think, okay, back in the 60s, you go to college, you can pay by having a part-time job, pay for all your college, and then go out, get a job with that degree, be able to support like 3 kids and your wife, buy a house at the age of 25, and just live the rest of your life at the same company, don't move anywhere, and then they'll treat you right. Now it's like you got to jump between companies. You got to just keep on the lookout. You can't just, put all your eggs in one basket because they're not going to, give you enough to actually survive after a few years. And, you need to have like a 2-person household where both people are working usually in order to make good money or in order to get a nice house, good money. So I don't know. So hopefully this whole like people getting paid more, because I think they did the whole minimum stuff was starting out in 2021, and they were raising the minimum wages of a few places. So hopefully that can really boost things up. What am I talking about? I don't know. Either way, other people making money is good. The only thing that I hope for is that if they're making money, like if I guess the unskilled labor jobs are making more money, and I'm not sure if these jobs are part of the unskilled labor jobs, I don't know, that it would, because let's say you're a, lawyer or something, or a paralegal, and you're making $80,000, which I think is like $35 an hour. If the lower unskilled labor people are making 15, and then it jumps to 22. Like, would the paralegals pay go up too? Because I don't know. Because at a certain point, it's like, okay, this job has to do with some skill. So like, let's say maybe you're like on a very low end, like entry level accountant or something like that, and you're making $20 an hour versus someone else that working in the federal government that's unskilled labor is making 15, and now they're making 22. Does that make your job go up, or is it like, or maybe people have to leave that industry and then they're like, wow, we need people, so we need to pay them more. We need to pay them better so that they come back in, because it's going to be a more specific sort of job. So then now they bump it up to $25 an hour, and then that makes the people want to come back for the extra pay. I don't know. I mean, it would make sense to do that, or your business is going to fucking die. But hey, whatever. Moving on. So look, I don't even know how to pronounce this. The place where them kids was getting shot at inside the school in Texas, Uvalde? Okay, whatever. It says, Texas cops could have stopped the Uvalde gunman within minutes, but the school police chief placed the lives of officers before the lives of children, which is crazy. Because if you look at it, I actually was looking at this today. So they say that police officers only have 4 responsibilities. And those 4 responsibilities are responsibilities of police. Okay. Enforce the law, prevent crime, provide emergency response, and provide support services. So I'm not exactly sure, like prevent crime. I don't even know. That's like a weird thing to say, because that's the thing. It doesn't make any sense, because they were pretty much saying like, if there's 3 people getting like jumping some dude and beating the fuck out of him, and there's like 1 police officer, he doesn't have to jump in the middle of that and save you. Like, you can just die. And then he's pretty much the one that needs to document what happened. And then, like, I guess afterwards try to find the guys. But, like, in no way is he the one to, like, try to help you out or anything, which is interesting. So, like, I think that's how we need to view the police. It's not like they're there to actually save us. They're just there to catch criminals and keep themselves as safe as possible as they do it. They're kind of like bounty hunters in a way. Like a bounty hunter isn't really going to care if you, job-wise, he isn't going to care if you get hurt or anything. Like if you're on the ground, he's like, I need to catch this criminal. But I'd love to know if like someone's hurt, do they have to go in and try to save that person? Because I feel like if there's like a fire, well, maybe that's more firefighters' fault. Not fault, but firefighters like territory. Like if there's a fire, you have to just go in there with no regard. I don't know. Let's see what this has to say. A top Texas official said police could have stopped the Uvendale school shooter within minutes. Steve McCall saw there was a hallway full of officers ready to enter the classrooms. On scene commander chose to wait for backup. Yeah, and I do remember that they said, it's so crazy. They said that the doors were unlocked in the school and in the classroom that he was in, all the doors were unlocked. Yet they said that they had to stand back in order to get like a rampart or whatever bangs into the walls to get the kid out. So I don't know. Very crazy. Oh, yeah, here it is. We're being slaughtered. We're not locked. Even though police claimed they needed keys and battering rams, they literally hadn't even turned the doorknobs. Yeah, so everyone in that fucking police, well, not everyone, most of the people in that police station need to get fired because it just don't make any sense. Like, and that's the thing. We really do need to change this police shit because it's like okay, if you're there to prevent crimes and doing shit like that, then you don't need to have a gun. Like, you don't need to have a gun. Because the thing is that, like, if you look at statistics, again, I was looking these shit up today. You look up statistics, they say that police are their number one worst enemy because police are being killed more by suicides each year than by, like, gun violence, by people shooting at them, Because people would more than likely just try to run away because they already know, like, if you kill one police officer, there's probably going to be plenty more coming. You have a better chance of just running away from one than shooting one and then trying to get away because then they'll hunt you down. It's really like some gang shit. So, I don't know. It's just, it's like you don't need to have guns if that's the case. Like, if you don't have to go in a situation that's dangerous because you choose to, you need backup, then it's like, okay, then, well, how about this? The backup is like the SWAT team. So if you know it's a dangerous situation, we wait for the SWAT team to come out. Police officers just need to be glorified like traffic fucking personnel. You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone has weed in their car or something and then they just drive away or they pull out a gun on you, it's like just back away and get in your car. You already have all their information. You put the little thing on their, you touch their tail, what's that thing called? The back of the car or whatever. So just get the fuck out of there. Like, you're good. Like, I doubt someone wants to just kill a police officer for no reason. And also, you already radioed into anyone where you are. So if need be, then the SWAT team can get on that ass and keep it moving, It just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how we put police in such high regard when they clearly have these fucking stupid ass laws. And the thing is that also, what's it called? They say police deal with PTSD. 40% of them had like domestic abuse shit in the household in the past year or whatever. And it's just like, because, if you come home and you're aggressive as fuck all day and then you come home and beat your wife because she didn't want to put the turkey in the right way or whatever the fuck, didn't make your sandwich the right way, it's like, where could she go? Because you know where all the women battered centers are. You can go search for her there. You already, she can't call the police because then your buddy's going to look out for you. Like, I've seen videos where police officers have been pulled over for DUIs and then, they put him in handcuffs, put him in the back of the car, look through his wallet and they're like, fuck, this guy's the police officer. And then they just, one person gets into his car, the other person gets into the police cruiser. They just take him home, no DUI. And it's like, okay, so y'all look out for each other. And will circumvent like the law if you know it yourself. And what it does that sound like? Sounds like a big fucking gang. Seems like, yeah, we fuck anyone else that's outside the gang up. But if you're with the gang, then you're pretty much set. I don't know. And that's the thing. Also, they already know they can't be fucking touched. So even if they're in like, civilian clothing, you can start a fight with somebody and probably kill them on the spot. Like, I believe there was a police officer that had, what's it called? He got drunk in a bar or whatever, hit somebody, started a bar fight. Dude was beating his ass and he pulled out a gun and shot him on the spot. And I think he got off for that. I'm not exactly 100% sure. Not even sure if the dude survived or not. But either way, these are stories. But I mean, these are things that you can look up all over the place, any YouTube, type of video. And it's just like, okay, this is fucking crazy. Police officers framing people. But there's actually a really good documentary on Netflix. If y'all want to see it, pretty much. And I'm not going to go through all that. Just look at Netflix and figure shit out yourself. Let's see. This blew my mind. So 17, she don't look 17. 17-year-old Texas native became a multimillionaire with her lemonade business in 2016, the 11-year-old CEO scored an $11 million deal from Whole Foods. So pretty much she made a, what's this thing called? I don't know what this thing, it's a lemonade, but it's made from like grape berries or some shit. Let me look at this. Like some grape berries. Excuse me. Come sign me, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't think that shit's like regular lemonade though, but I'm like, how the fuck? That's the thing. Like, things are so fucking stupid nowadays. Like, I always look at stuff and I'm like, okay, just think Snuggie. Like, you don't have to make the next iPhone. You don't have to make the next, like, virtual reality thing. If you can make some goddamn lemonade, if you can make some mashed potatoes, or if you can make, like, a fucking blanket with some arms on it, you can become a millionaire. Easy. But I'm not that. I don't know. Because I be trying to come up with stuff, and then I feel like my ideas are a little bit too grandiose for what I can do. And then it's like, bro, just make some Sprite. Make some shit, call it drink, and then make some shit that tastes like Sprite, call it drink, and then niggas will take this shit up. But, who knows? Who knows? And I know I don't. All right. Biden administration is currently denying school lunch programs to schools that don't let trans compete in girl sports. So don't let trans people compete in girl sports. So I'm assuming that means, well, yeah, guys that turn into girls. I personally think, why don't we just make a trans category? Like, if you didn't have a dick before, now you got a dick. Or if, like, you changed over or you're trans, like, you just do it in the trans thing. I don't like that. Because that's the thing, like, you understand that there's a difference. That's why there's a word that means it. So why don't we just make a trans category and you can go off of that, right? Because I understand they're like, yeah, I am a woman. It's like, okay, but you're a trans woman, right? You know, I don't know. Or even, because that's the thing, especially if you have a dick. Because there was that dude, what was his name? It was a bodybuilder that got into he told everyone that he was a trans woman, even though, like, he had a dick. He was just doing this to, like, kind of show everybody. Yeah, I had to look him up. All right, so it was a rapper type of dude that St. Edmund Hall in Oxford. Oh shit, that's his alma mater. All right, never mind, whatever. But yeah, he broke the woman's record while telling everyone deadlift record first and saying, okay, I identify as a woman, so technically he just won the deadlift record of at least in England or the UK or whatever. Excuse me, women's deadlift of the world. So it's pretty crazy. And, you know, even with the swimmers or whatever, I believe it was swimmers, there was a track star, and then there was another weightlifter type of trans lady that's just been decimating, like, these girls' records and everything in sports. And it's just like, is that really fair? I know if I was a girl, I'd be like, that's not really fair. But, you know, everyone wants to be so open-minded about shit that they just kind of overlook a lot of, like, glaring issues, you know. And I've been getting on TikTok recently, and there's a dude on there who goes and talks to, like, I guess what they would be called, like, woke people or whatever. And so he talks to them and says, okay, like, how do you think that a woman, how can you not understand what, like, gender is? And then they always say it's, like, about a feeling. And it's, you know, he says, no, it's if you got a vagina and dick. I mean, it's just interesting to look up. And that's the thing. I think that super woke side of the crowd is the very left, in the same way that I don't like the very right, where they're, you know, I'm gun, don't tread on me, I'll take my gun. You know, it's like, yeah, I like guns. Yeah, I do believe, like, we need to let people do what they want to do within reason. Is also, we can also have words that mean stuff, because, like I said in a previous episode, people were saying, like, okay, my kid is talking like or acting like a dog in class, so you have to let them act like a dog. It's like, it's crazy. Or I seen another TikTok, hey, you can't record in here, huh? And then she points at the girl recording, she can't record in here. Oh, she's not recording, she just identifies as a camera. And then she just kind of shuts up and is, you know, can't really say nothing against it. Because I guess you got to accept everything, no matter how ridiculous it is. So to each their own. All right. On to the next one. I thought this was interesting. Second American confirmed dead in Ukraine. I'm like, how long have... First of all, when did we go into Ukraine? First of all, how did we go? When did we go into Ukraine? Second of all, that's pretty good numbers. This thing's been going on for about 2 or 3 months now. We only have 1 death or 2 deaths. And it was a 52-year-old. Hold on. 52-year-old Army veteran. His death was first reported by the Rolling Stone. According to obituaries, Zelensky died on May 15th while fighting near... Oh, okay, so he was just living there. But he was still a U.S. citizen. Okay. So Americans in Ukraine should depart immediately. Okay, so it wasn't anyone that was actually in the military. I thought our military sent people over there. It was just an American living in Ukraine. So maybe he had dual citizenship or was just visiting, died on the 15th, because it says he was fighting against Ukraine too. So he might have been really about that shit. 2 citizens have been reported missing. Reported captured by Russian soldiers. So yeah, there might be 2 more, but hopefully not. You know, I don't know, this whole Ukraine thing, I was like, I didn't even think that shit was still going on, but I mean, it's tough. Yeah, that nigga Putin really is going for it. Which I'm like, what the fuck is in Ukraine? But maybe you know shit that I don't know, because I don't know nothing about Russia or Ukraine. How am I jumping so much? Biden administration is currently denying school lunch programs to schools that don't let trans compete. I wonder what school lunch programs mean, like, because if it's a public school, you would expect it to, you know, have to get its funding from, like, the government. It says the Biden administration is requiring schools to comply with its LGBT policies or lose billions in federal funding for school lunches. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Nutrition Service announced in May it will prevent low-income students from participating in this national school lunch program if their public school does not adopt the administrator's interpretation of Title 9. It says IX. I think that's 9. Yeah, which holds that the federal civil rights law provision against discrimination based on sex includes designations of sexual orientation and gender identity. The move was originally reported by the Center Square. A spokesman for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said the Biden administration's decision to withhold food from disadvantaged children nor to advance a deranged political agenda was appalling. Yeah, I'd agree with him. I'm be like, that doesn't have nothing to do with kids eating. Like, and that's the thing. They could be hurting the kids that they trying to, like, quote unquote help. Cause like, you know, if there's a disadvantaged kid that's LGBT, he's like, yeah, I'm gay, but I still want to eat. I'd rather eat more than, you know, I don't even know. Like, cause that's the thing. I don't know if kids nowadays are really like all about the gay thing. Cause I believe they were saying, or I may have heard, or I could be wrong. Like, cause I know when I was coming up, like girls being gay really wasn't a thing. I mean, like no one cared about it. Like maybe guys being gay, they might get like, I don't know. In my school, I went to a school in Virginia Beach. So there was really no like extra, we hate you type of stuff. Like maybe you would just hang with a different crowd, but I don't think you're getting like bullied over it or nothing. And maybe they were, but you know, I graduated in 2012 from high school, and I know for a fact there was no problem. I don't know for a fact. I didn't see any problem with it from other people around me. So I really don't know if kids that are like in elementary school this needs to be a part of their, you know, agenda. Cause it's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be even thinking about stuff like that. But everyone trying to push the gay agenda for whatever reason. And again, super cool with gay people, but I guarantee you, I feel like most gay people would be like, yeah, we'd rather kids eat than, you know, whatever else is, rather than pushing I honestly don't even know what they're trying to do, because it just says food nutrition, blah, blah, prevent low income. I don't know, Title 9. I have no clue what that means. I don't know what Title 9 is. I'm not looking it up. Fuck it. On to the next one. Not much on here. Yeah, it's been a pretty quiet week. We're going to have to hit the computer next. Okay, we already talked about that. The Uvendale. And someone needs to tell me how to do this. Okay, this seemed kind of stupid. It seemed interesting at first, but now I'm thinking about it. It was like kind of dumb. Okay, Supreme Court rules Maine must include religious schools in tuition program. In my mind, I'm like, I could have sworn like when I was in school, it was like a distinction between church and state. And now they're trying to combine church and state. I don't know. Maybe this is good, because then it's like, you know, because the left is pretty much like everyone should be included in everything that we do. So it's like also include the religious programs, but I don't know. So the state's program provides tuition for students in remote areas to attend private non-sectarian schools, but not religious ones. Okay, so they're pretty much just saying like you must, if they want to go to a religious school, they can. I'm not mad at that. If you want to go to a religious school, it is what it is. I don't like the fact that, we're supposed to have separation between church and state, and we're trying to just like saying, fuck it, do what you want to do. But I'm not mad at that. If a kid really wants it, well, that's the thing. It's really not the kid's call. It's probably the parents' call, right? Then I don't like that. Because if the kid wants to do it, I'd be like, cool. But like, otherwise, just send them to a regular school. Pays private school tuition for students in areas that lack public schools. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I guess Maine is so like, fucking flyover, then no one lives there because it's cold as shit and probably racist. I'm making all this up. I have no clue. You might be from Maine and awesome. Or you might be from Maine and be a racist piece of shit dickhead. I don't know. But that's up to you. Let's see. So it says, blah, 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 blah. Schools can't be excluded from a Maine program that pays private school tuition for students in areas that lack public schools. The latest decision by a conservative majority, skeptical, blah, blah. So yeah, pretty much there's a thing out there. So if you are in the boondocks, they'll just pay for your public schooling because technically, that's kind of cool though. I never even thought about that. Probably because I've always lived like close to bigger cities. It's like, yeah, if you live in Nowheresburg, like in, Idaho, bumfuck nowhere the fuck town, it's like, well, you still need to go to school. So we'll, instead of you driving 15 hours to the closest school, to the one school in fucking Idaho or Montana or whatever the fuck, then, or North Dakota, you got to go. I think Idaho doesn't have any schools. Everyone has to go to North Dakota for their schools. And I think the only school in North Dakota is located right in the middle, smack in the middle. And, you just have to hike there. So that's all. When everyone's parents is like, I had to go back and forth, uphill both ways. That's probably what they're talking about because there's like a lot of mountain shit out there. So yeah, probably the fucking one school in North Dakota that all the South Dakotans and Idahoans got to fucking go out there and walk to a public school. The one public school serving 3 states, whatever. But yeah, I'm not super mad at that. Because then that's the thing. Is there like that many fucking private schools out there? Like they have no public schools, but they have like an ass of private schools. And, you can just choose like, okay, religious private school versus a regular one. If so, then they're really fucking up. But, the government is really fucking up. Because if they have that many public schools around that, you can choose between two, either a non-secular or a secular one. It's like there probably should be a private or a public school out there too, huh? All right. 5-year-old Texas boy dies in hot car as family prepared for his sibling's birthday party. The child was buckled into a safety seat where he stayed for 2 or 3 hours, according to the... Have we not gotten over this? I thought this shit was over with in like 2006, where all them kids was dying in the heat. And then also, yeah, their parents probably need to go to jail. Like, about this. Don't leave your fucking kid alone in a safety seat where he can't escape her. And don't give no water. Like, even me, I drink probably a cup or two of water every hour. And you just letting the baby just chill in the hot car, just being like, fuck it. He'll, I don't know, because I don't know what the thought process is on that. Like, hey, I just don't want to, because I could understand if you run in there real quick, like a gas station and come back out. But 2 or 3 hours, you're just cool with just leaving him in the hot car for 2 or 3 hours? That doesn't make any sense. And you already know it gets hot as fuck. Yeah, they should go to jail. That's negligent as fuck. A 5-year, in Texas too. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought it was like not a hot fucking state. Okay. 5-year-old boy in Texas died Monday after being left in a sweltering car for several hours as the child's family prepared for his sibling's birthday party. The boy, who was not identified, was in the car for 2 or 3 hours and pronounced dead at the scene. The boy's mother returned home with the 8-year-old child and the younger sibling, who was strapped in the car safety seat in the back. The older sibling exited the car and the mother assumed the other child was out also. Okay, so she was just like, yeah, they didn't like this kid. They were just like, yeah, fuck him. He probably got out of seat 5. I don't know what you do at 5. I don't know. You should be walking and talking at 2. So I'm assuming you can unbuckle a seat. But still, like after a while, you'd be like, where the fuck is that other kid that I had them 5 years? The 5-year-old typically knows how to unbuckle himself, but the vehicle was a loaner car. The boy remained in the safety seat while his family was making preparations to sell it. Yeah, that's the thing. And it was preparation. It wasn't like a party where you might be able to lose track of your kids. It was like just preparing. Like, where the fuck is that, like, 5-year-old dude we've been chilling with and taking care of? This motherfucker just gone, like, lazy ass. That's not funny. I'm just saying, like, that's crazy as fuck. Okay. I need to save this thing. It's wild. All right. Beep, 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 beep. All right. Louisiana governor signs abortion bills imposing criminal penalties on providers. Yeah, there are no exceptions for abortions performed in cases of rape or incest. Okay, I'm with the rape one. I don't know why people hate abortion so much. I really don't. I'm like, you don't know this kid. 2 abortion bills that ban most abortions in the state. I don't know. I'm tired of talking about abortion. This shit just doesn't make any sense. Previously, abortion providers faced prison terms that were 1 to 5 years and fines between $5,000 and $50,000. And that, you know what? That's the thing. If you don't want a kid, you might just do that time. But this providers, not the people getting them. But still, it's like, okay, I got 18 years and $1 million. I think they said the last time in America, like the median price to raise a kid was like $1 million, which I don't see because they say people with college degrees make $1 million throughout their, life. Let's see. How much money, how much money, goddamn it, money does it take to raise a child? Raise him. So how much does it cost to raise a kid? The average cost of raising a child born to middle-income married couples is approximately $26,000. Damn, I'm bad at reading numbers. $267,000 in 2021 over a period of 18 years. So that's about $14,000 a year per child. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Nah, if you make like $40,000, that would suck. That's like a quarter of your income. But if you make like 80, that ain't the worst. That ain't the worst. Let's see. Especially if you got 2 people making 80, yeah. You could just have 2 kids and say, fuck it. Shit. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Okay, but then they made prison terms 1 to 10 years and fines between $10,000 and $100,000. I just don't understand why people care about other people's lives this much. It's like, oh, yeah, my 15-year-old got knocked up by, she was preyed upon. I guess, is that statutory rape? Is statutory rape underneath rape? I don't know. Or like a 22-year-old that wants to get through college before she has a kid. And it's like, nope, you fucked. But then that's like, okay, I'm not going to have the abortion, but I'm just going to send this kid into foster care. And then you're just not going to give a fuck about him. That's crazy. I just don't understand. Because then it's like, yeah, just give her up to foster care. And then you put them into foster care and they, get abused and shit. And because I've heard stories about foster care where they're like, yeah, kids in there would have, some of them have been raped or whatever. So, how rapists are kind of like vampires where most rapists have been raped in the past. So then that raped kid could then get into the foster care system and then have their way with other children in the foster care system. It's a really crazy, turning of it. Yeah, I don't agree with this. This gets a negative from me. From the fucking fact check. This is not a fact. Well, this is a fact. I need to come up with something like that. That's a big old X. That's a big fucking red X right there. Let's see. Yeah, no exceptions except for rape or incest. Only when the mother's life is in danger. Hold on. There are no exceptions for rape or incest. It's only when the mother's life is in danger. Jesus. Bro. I just don't get it. So if you're raped by your dad, it's like, yeah, you're going to have this kid. I just don't get it. I really don't. I'd be like, bro, you got me fucked up. Okay. But yeah, I mean, again, you're just going to give it to adoption and be like, yeah, great job. Thanks for doing this to me. And now this kid's going to be, I don't know, kind of annoyed for life, not knowing his family. Brittany's Grindr wife says she's lost trust in the U.S. government. The U.S. basketball star has been detained in Russia for 4 months. No, it's only been 4 months. I thought shit was like 6 months or a year by now. Yeah, that Brittany Griner shit is crazy. I don't want no one to be locked up in Russia, especially over some stupid weed shit. Damn. Russia is a bullshit ass country. I'm saying that now. That's a bullshit ass country. It's cold. You can't even spark up. They drink all the fucking time, but it's like weed is no good. I read somewhere that they said Russia, or what's it called? There was a city in Russia that was so poor, the only thing they had was vodka to give their teachers for a salary. per, a particular month. I don't think that was like the entire year's worth of salary, because then you just probably die. But it's just like, bro. And it was only three bottles of vodka they had in front of them in the picture. It was like a bunch of teachers sitting around. There was 3 bottles of vodka in front of them each. I'm like, I'd be pissed off. I'm like, what is this? Like $15? Like $15 each? Like, what the fuck? You getting paid $45 for the month? Yeah, Russia on some bullshit. On some real bullshit. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, if a nigga, that's the thing, bro. If they call like Leonardo DiCaprio, Russia would get bombed the fuck out. Like, they're like, we are not losing no Leo to no fucking Russia. They lucky they didn't get like a star, because that shit would have been, that would have got a little bit grimy. I would have loved to see what would happen though. Okay, we're getting to the end of it. Elon Musk $44 billion Twitter deal gets board endorsement. Twitter's board is recommending that shareholders approve the proposed $44 billion sale of the company to billionaire and Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Blah, 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 blah. I don't fucking know, and I have no feelings towards this. Just a smart thing to do. Buy the shit. I think Twitter's kind of dying right now. It's been kind of more lit to do Instagram. But I don't know. You can post porn on Twitter, so he might be gearing up for something big. Damn, that nigga got so much shit. A car company? I would love to own a car company. Like some high-end shit. I probably wouldn't want to own Tesla. I'd own Chevrolet because I fucking love me a Camaro. But like Ford, just whipping out the newest GT every year. Oh yeah, I'm with it. Lambo, Fisker, man, like what's it called? Koenigsegg. I would love to get Koenigsegg. I would just be whipping out. But even who does Mustang? I think Ford does Mustang too. Who does Mustang? Chevy, Hyundai. I don't know. Whoever does Mustang, I do them too. Damn. Who does Mustang? Who does Mustang? I wouldn't want a Charger. I don't need no Dodge Charger. Mustang car. Car. Let's check it out. Yeah, it is Ford. Fuck. Okay. So yeah. What the fuck was I getting on? What was I talking about? Elon Musk buying some shit. All right. Yeah. And what else is you have? You got the rocket ship thing. That'll be kind of lit. I think rocket ships and cars go together pretty well because you got to kind of develop engines and shit for rocket ships. It's probably not the same engine. I might be sounding stupid, but it don't matter. Next one. Court rules that Minneapolis mayor failed to hire more police. The Minnesota Supreme Court has ruled the mayor of Minneapolis hasn't met a legal duty to hire more police officers to demonstrate why he hasn't done so. Blah, blah. I thought this was going to be a story, but I'm not going to read all this shit. Yeah, so nigga probably needs more police officers because so many quit during the riots or whatever. They need to quit bitching. Because that's the thing. They have videos and shit out there of like during the riots and everything that there were police officers putting bricks outside so that they could start like, throwing bricks through windows and then there'll be a reason for police intervention and shit. It's just like, goddamn, like I've never had a job where I'm just that dedicated to something. Like police officers really be given overly, they like the kids in school or whatever that would snitch to the teacher. Timmy did it. It's like, nigga, I was getting these snacks for everyone in the class. Now you're going to make everyone lose out. You was going to get something too. Well, the thing is that it is like, man, you a fucking slave, nigga. Fuck out of here. But, yeah. Fuck that nigga Timmy. Little bitch ass, sucking dick ass. Let's see. 8 residents concerned. I don't know, bro. I don't care about Minnesota. Probably don't want people because people are moving. Oh, yeah, shout out to freaking Steph Curry, MVP. I could have sworn he got MVP of the finals. I think there's that whole shit. Where's that nigga named Muhammad? Whatever that thing is where you jump universes and things ain't the same, like the Pikachu tail and then the Monopoly guy not having a monocle or whatever, and then the fucking little peanut nigga not having a monocle either or whatever. I think that happened because I was like, I could have sworn this man's won plenty of other finals MVPs. Probably not with KD. I think KD probably got MVP for the year they won. Not like the other 2 years. Who could it have been? I think Egu got one, maybe. Iguodala? I don't know. But shout out to them. Deshaun Watson is a Cleveland Browns quarterback. Damn. I've heard of him, too. I'm not super big into football, but I heard of him. Settles 20 out of 24 sexual misconduct cases. That's a lot of misconduct. That's a lot of misconduct. 24 cases. I probably have like 5 cases of misconduct, but only against like my girlfriend at the time. So she not gonna say nothing. She's always cool. My girl's always been cool. Let's see. An attorney says that Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson has reached an agreement to settle. Goddamn, this is the same thing I read. Why did you post the same thing? All right, let's see what he did. Watson is accused. It's not funny. Watson, who has been accused by massage therapists of harassing, assaulting, or touching them during appointments when he was playing for Houston Texans, could be suspended if the NFL determines he violated the league's blah, 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 blah. The first 22 lawsuits were filed in March and April. The last 2 lawsuits were filed after HBO's Real Sports with Brian Gumbel, who gives a fuck about that, aired an interview last month with 2 of the women who detailed their encounters. Okay, so people was like, we about to get some money. The settlement also comes at the New York Times report earlier this month. Watson booked massage appointments with at least 66 different women over 17 months while he played. 66? Over 17 months. How much is that? How often a week was he getting massages? You know what I'm saying? 17 months. And it's about 3.88. So pretty much literally he was just on the weekends. Yeah, I mean, because there are about 4 weekends in a month. So, I mean, every week he was just going to a different massage therapist and was harassing a third of them. And the other third actually gave him hand jobs because they wanted that money. Oh, my God. Excuse me, that's so unprofessional of me. That was something, that was a ad that popped up. Hopefully that's not copyright or some shit. Yeah. Settling doesn't give someone a pass. Okay, so they settled in court. They just wanted that money. Busby. Who the fuck is Busby? Says he plans on taking 4 unsettled lawsuits to trial, including, he must be a lawyer, including the first one that was filed by Ashley Solis. Whatever, bro. Not to say, like, doing this is bad. I'm just saying, like, just give me the meat. I hate now how news stories have to be super duper long. I'm like, bro, just give me the meat of what happened. 24, he groped him, grabbed him by the pussy. Same thing our president did. I'd be like, this is what our president did, bro. This should be legal, technically. If my president does it, I can do it. Owner's deed, blah, blah. All right, whatever. Yeah, so this nigga probably just going to have to pay up some money. I'm going to say $50,000 per person. Let's see what they settled for. They probably settled outside of court. So it's just like, The other ones are actually going to trial. They probably think they can get a little bit more money. I'm going to say $50,000. Let's see what they say. Browns have no immediate comments. Of course not. Browns need somebody. Because it seems like over the past, like, decade, they've been some boo-boo shoo-shoo. All right. Yeah, I think that's about it for today. Yeah, that's about it. All right, man. Well, this is just the little first week of what am I thinking of? I don't know. This is the start of the week. I need to do it like at the end of the week and then the start of the week, to account for what happened over the weekend and then what happened during the actual weekdays. Because usually the weekend probably be more fire for like content. But we'll see. Anyone has any questions for me? Anyone got any suggestions? Fucking put it in the goddamn comments, boy. And I'll even shoot something back. I'll say, hey, thanks for the comment. Don't be fucking hating on me. All right, that's all. This is a daily opinion fact check. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.